Hello everybody, what's happening? Welcome to part 10
Second time's
of
a
our
charm?
test run
Or have I asked too
of
much of you?
Divinity Original Sin 2. We're playing Ifan Ben-Mezd, and we are now approaching, finishing some quests from Blood Moon Island, and just to give you a rundown of what we're going to go through in this video today. Let me see, we're finally going to talk to the ancestor tree because we discovered during the last episode some information from some of the books inside the archives where we discovered the name of the ancestor tree, and based on research that I've done on the internet, we found that we could use that information to talk to the ancestor tree, and the ancestor tree will respond. The last time we tried talking to the ancestor tree, we could not understand what it was saying, but this time we're going to do it. And so thank you, by the way, to all of those people out there who keep posting information on how to solve these puzzles. I just don't have the time to figure all of this out. Okay, so thanks. And then after that, we're going to open the archives so that we can get Anathema. Again, I got that from some research that I did. You just Google these things, and the nice thing about these people, these wonderful people, is that they're very generous about the information that they give. So we'll be able to get inside. And then after that, one puzzle that has always tormented me. One puzzle that has always I couldn't solve before, and I've avoided looking it up on the internet because I was thinking I just might try to solve it, and so we get to also solve later the ghost tormenting the captain in the upper tavern there in Driftwood. So there's that, and finally we will be fighting the Elven Ritual later. We'll come to that. There's another puzzle there because I didn't know what we needed to do in order to activate all of the heroes in the Elven Ritual, so that they would come out and fight us. Again, many thanks to the research that I've been doing. So okay, so here in this video, what you're seeing right now, I'm just again min-maxing and trying to put together recipes that we already know. We'll do a bit of that, but I won't dwell too much on this. Just a few notes of what I've been doing. Usually when it comes to recipes, I'm heavy on potions. I usually buy a lot of potions, and then most of the time I'm creating healing potions or poison, which again will heal one of my characters. Here you can see the undead character Fane, and then the healing potions for the rest. So I guess my strategy is very, shall we say, potion heavy. I'm sure other players have different strategies for survival out there. They beef up their armor maybe, or they get life-stealing abilities. They beef up necromancy, I guess. Actually, I think for Ifan and the Red Prince, necromancy is pretty high, I think. So there's also that. So we'll do that. But aside from that, what we'll be doing is look at our inventory and min-maxing and see what we can create, what we can sell. Right now, one of the problems I have is encumbrance. In some future videos, I'm seriously thinking about unloading stuff, either selling. I tend to hoard in real life and in role-playing games. But maybe I should start to really look at my inventory and consider what brings me joy, and to sell those things that no longer bring me joy. We'll see. We'll think about that first. But okay, so from here, I'm just trying to build up what potions I can, and selling things that I don't need to target. We'll speed up the video a bit and maybe jump to some crucial points And when I look at this, it's about 2 hours of exploration and a few fight scenes. So maybe we'll go straight to the fight scenes or something like that. Okay. So thank you very much. Let's take a look. Let's keep going. So here we return to Blood Moon Island. We basically use the waypoint travel, that anchor on the upper right corner near the minimap. That anchor symbol there, you just click on that, you select Blood Moon Island, and you're there. And so here we make our way back to the ancestor tree, and this is where we talk to the ancestor tree and we tell it that we know its real name. I usually will have lately I'm using Sibyl to do the talking, and then after letting Sibyl do the talking, well, the reason I let Sibyl do the talking is because she has a high persuasion rating. I put some persuasion points on her, so she's better at persuading when she talks to others. Also because the ancestor tree is elven and she's an elf, so maybe that'll help. Sorry for talking so much. Let's listen to the conversation then.
Naivety, stupidity, call it what you want. I wish to put the source within me to good use. I meant to summon an imp or two. Instead, I ended up hosting a damned archdemon. The roaring in my head, the craving for living flesh, urges. Good gods, the urges to kill, to hurt, and then awake on an isle I'd never been. Encircled by faces I'd never seen, watched by a man I'd never known. They called him Doctor.
Oh yeah, so
he shouted strange
we're going to
words
get another quest, a continuation of our quest here. We're supposed to go find a Dr. Dave, and yeah, the doctor. Not some of the more popular doctors that we know. This sounds like it's a bad guy demon or a bad guy doctor. So we're going to probably find that demon posing as the doctor in arcs. We'll get there later. It won't be here on this act. It'll be at the later act.
Remember this lesson when you leave Blood Moon Island. The demon blackens another. Speak its name, however, and you expose it. You weaken it. You'll know him when you find him. A doctor that accommodates a demon. Destroy it, and you free me to the Hall of Echoes. Destroy it. Now come closer. I'll say the demon's name only once.
The spirit's voice is a harsh whisper.
Adramalik.
Oh yeah, Adramalik. Yeah. So I was wondering if I had Lose, if she could relate to these demons, but you know that Lose was lost after Act 1 because spoiler alert, you're going to be under attack inside the ship as soon as you leave the island in Fort Joy. So in the course of that, the characters, the origin characters who are not in your party when that happens, at least that's how it played out with me, they pass away, they get killed, and so that means that Lose and Beast have passed away. They're dead in this story, which is actually a great idea from a gameplay perspective, because now it's got me curious, and I'm wondering if I should ever, try and replay the game, but this time with a different combination of characters. We've solved that first quest with the tree, the ancestor tree, and we're going to see if we can solve another quest, which I think, what was it? Oh yeah. We're gonna see if we can get Anathema. Okay. But here you'll see me, I'm just walking around, going around, trying to find my way, what's I'll do next. But we can go straight to oh wait, I got an idea. Let's go to Jahan and let him know about the demon Adramalik and posing as Dr. Daeva. I think that would be useful information for him. I was just reviewing the video and then I realized, yes, that's what I did. I went to Jahan and told him about Adramalik. So here we go.
It is a dark thing to contemplate a demon's name.
Jahan looks at you utterly flabbergasted, but soon an air of serenity descends upon him, that of a chess player overlooking the board.
Adramalik. You have to admire his cunning. To think that in his guise... Thank you, Godwoken. You have done me, and you must go your path. I mine. So that I may confront the archdemon in his lair, in the great city of Arx. Please accept this token of gratitude, and fare thee well.
And here I'm embarrassed to say that it took me a long time. I couldn't make up my mind what to get. I already had the dagger, and then my problem with these boots is that I don't know where to get nails. I don't want to wear boots without nails because I don't want to slip on ice. So eventually I end up picking the boots, but more like saving it for later until I can find nails that I could merge with them, combine with them, so that they can like crampons. So, but here you'll see me agonizing over what I'm going to get. I won't bore you with the real time. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip forward. Just know that it took me I don't know how many minutes trying to think which one of these rewards I'm going to pick. Okay, but eventually I do pick the flattening boots, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, thank you. So here I finally entered the archives. I can get to the blade of Anathema, I think. But I wanted to experiment a little bit, try to find out, because apparently it can talk. And I read somewhere that that the Red Prince can understand it. But here I make the mistake of picking it up with Ifan, and I'm curious to know what it says to the Red Prince. So I reload. Here it is. I'm reloading, and then I'm going to have the Red Prince pick up Anathema and find out what Anathema is going to tell him. But yeah, let's see how that goes.
The transparent artifact glimmers of its... Your head perks. You know these words. This is the language of...
Connected as one. The past and the present slave. Absolution and redemption await the one whose sins are many.
It's a crystal blade, seemingly separated from its hilt. It's clearly of a kind with the object you recovered from the Surrey tomb. The object repeats the words it previously spoke. It has nothing.
The hilt of a blade, I do believe. But clearly no ordinary blade. My source power draining the nearest touch.
How very useful.
Tenebrium is truly a material of the void.
So we finally got the blade Anathema, what we'll do is we'll go back to the Lady Vengeance, and we'll try to sell that. No, not sell that. We'll give it to Tarkin as part of the quest. And then I noticed that we found another pyramid, a green pyramid. I don't get to use pyramids much, and I think I'm missing out on a lot because because from what I understand, they're very useful. We can actually teleport. We can teleport to selected places as long as we plant that pyramid there. And it so happens that now that I think about it, the only time I've used this was when I left a yellow pyramid in Riker's estate, in the house of Riker, in the Stone Garden. So, as a matter of fact, I think it's still there. I think we should go back and retrieve that before we journey onward, and then try to figure out ways to use that. But you'll see that I haven't used that even in the upcoming videos. Not very creative on where I can use the teleporting pyramids. We'll see if we can come up with some more ideas, or if you have some ideas, you can give me some tips. You can leave them in the comments as well. Okay. So here we go, and let's get that yellow pyramid, and let's continue on with the journey.
A spirit sits behind the grand piano.
O'er black and white my fingers, o'er globes they glide, o'er flats and sharps. Whither go they, Lady of Life? Direct them.
The echoes of a distant past pervade the room as the spirit embarks upon a long-lost...
So here we'll talk a little bit to Tarkin, and after that we'll give him the Anathema blade, and then after that we are going to the Elven Ritual,
Try as he might.
and we will
Where did you hear that?
do the
precisely?
combat there.
Never mind. The Aetherin is a children's fable, nothing more. Supposedly a wand with an infinite capacity for source. Pure nonsense, I assure you. Really? Well, perhaps that says more about the caliber of their intellect than anything else. Such a device would be a gross overconcentration of power. It could purge the entire world of all source. Luckily,
The object quivers as Tarquin nears it and hums a response. Connected as one, the past and present slain. Absolution and redemption await the one whose sins are many.
Oh, very good. Very, very, very good. This, my friend, is the key. Give me some time.
He holds out his hand, expectantly.
Lovely. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must work.
Tarquin turns away, but continues to mutter excitedly, almost
So
religiously.
here I am again, not knowing which to pick. I think this time we picked the spell. It's the infect spell, but honestly, I think I'm maxed out with my skills right now. But I don't know what to use it for or when I'm going to use it. But no, we picked that spell because I didn't know about the other items that were available. So here I am basically making a mess of the steps to solve this puzzle. I cast rain from a scroll, and then I started to fire some searing daggers in order to produce steam. And what I had wanted to do, based from what I understand you're supposed to do, is to immediately fire some kind of electrical spell that will produce electricity there. But it took me a long time. The steam had already dissipated by that time, and all I did was basically electrocute my friends. Let's try that again. Okay, so we've still got some water, so we can still cast we can still cast something for steam.
Winter shudders with ice and snow. Autumn rumbles, the sky lit.
So in order to cast some more steam, we'll put some more fire there, and then immediately after that would be to cast the electrical spell, the electrical shock spell. So let's see, what did I try using here? Okay, he's going to use his native draconic power, and there's steam, and then immediately we cast that spell. And I think I didn't even realize it at first whether it worked. I was just standing there and I said, did it work? Did it work? I didn't know. But it wasn't until I realized later that it was starting to have these sparkling little lights revolving around it, spinning around it, that I said, oh, okay, so maybe it worked. And then over here, from what I understand, you're supposed to cast no, you can't just cast searing daggers or anything like that. You're supposed to cast I think laser ray or something like that. We'll have to go back to it. But first, since we're already here in Driftwood, we can...
Back for a return visit, are you?
We can try to solve the curse of the ghost of the captain up above the Driftwood Tavern. Took me a while to get there. I was lollygagging. I was just going around and not knowing where to go. But then with all that going around, I got into a distraction, a random encounter, if you will. No, the encounter is already there. I meet this girl And then this lady, she seems to be having difficulty and she needs help. So I reach out to her, try to help her, and then I was surprised to meet her again. It turns out that she really didn't need my help at all. I'll show you. Here we go. We'll skip to that part so that you'll see.
They got that arena down below the Black Bull. Guess some people like a little whacking time.
Where is it? Where is it? Sir, please, have you seen a small burlap pouch lying about? Blast! It's gone for good,
She rubs a hand over her smooth head, then suddenly looks up.
There isn't any chance you could spare a moment to help me look, could you? I wouldn't dare ask it if it weren't terribly important.
Tears star her eyelashes.
I know. The pouch. I really must find it back, or my master will flay me alive. It had quite a sum inside it. Magister Raymond, he bade me take the coins to purchase supplies for his journey, but I dropped it along the way. He's sure to think I...
She tilts her head back and blinks back tears.
I'd never do such a thing. Never. Gods, you're so terribly kind, but I couldn't accept such lavish charity. It's so unbecoming. I don't know what to say. Your kindness is overwhelming.
Come on, can't I go play with the others?
Wait until headquarters hears of my success.
She accepts the coins, letting her hand linger over yours for...
You don't know what this means to me. Also, thank you.
Okay, so there I thought that the easiest way to solve her problem was just to give her the money. Little did I know that, well, we'll see later. But basically what happens is that I thought she had a problem and it involved money, and then I just gave her the money. It's amazing how I could be so naive in this world when haven't I learned by now that you can't really trust anybody here in this game, so to speak. I mean, you gotta be careful who you trust in this game. So what we're going to do next is look for a spell, scroll, or I don't know if I can use a skill, something like a laser ray. It generates fire in a straight line, and I think that's what's needed in order to activate the last hero in the Elven Ritual. Throughout my search, I thought maybe I'd go to the Under Tavern to find out if I could trade with anybody and maybe buy a scroll for that kind of spell. And then that's where you'll find that, to my surprise, that I meet that poor woman again. Well, this is just a speeded up version, but here you go.
She smirks. She's definitely not smiling with you.
Please, please, could you help me? Bugger
So
off.
at
Can't you
this
see I'm trying
part,
to relax?
when I realize I've been played, I just said, oh well. I had half the mind to actually start a fight in the Under
She looks her up
Tavern.
and down with a grimace.
What's it look like?
Just to punish her, but I think I thought the better of it. I
Nope.
said, well, okay, it's only 250 gold.
Yep.
I was willing to part with it. I just let it at that. But maybe next time in my next playthrough, if I encounter her again,
The
I'll
dwarf looks
play it
right
out
through you.
differently.
No interest whatsoever in making your acquaintance.
What am I going to do?
But now let's go to the tavern and help the captain get rid of her ghost, shall we?
Bugger off. Can't you see I'm trying to relax?
She
you hear the bells are ringing?
Who rings the bell?
So here we are with the captain and her ghost. But I think I'm going to use source vampirism to take the ghost's source and remove him from existence. But in order to do that, I will have to cast source vampirism in that area, and it will alert the two magisters who are sitting there on the table outside. So that's why I close the door and save the game first, just in case I get into a fight. And there you go. As soon as I do that, here comes the magister, starts asking questions. And as you might know by now, I seem to think that the solution, I just don't want to get into another fight here in the tavern. It's such a nice tavern, I really like it. But I'll try to talk my way out of it and just, you know, throw money at it. Maybe I can attempt a bribe. Go on. Oh, I'm gonna find out first. Maybe what are my stats? Should I try to scare her? Should I try to use my wits, my memory, or something like that? But actually, bribe might be easiest because I'm thinking if I use persuasion, it just might provoke her even more. Let's see. There you go. But now that we have solved the captain's problem, maybe we can talk to her.
She babbles breathlessly on, barely aware you're there.
And maybe she can give us another quest.
My ears are still a-ringing.
The bell should ring no more.
And I have you to thank for it? Then thank you, I surely do. That accursed bell lies with the peacemaker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows. My compass lies there too.
So this will give us the next quest.
Let me mark
So
the chart.
let's
But
pick
you
that
be warned.
option and
Stay off the wreck
propose
itself.
salvaging
Let her lie as a monument to her dead
the
crew.
ship or the
And as testament, the
cargo,
compass surely lies on the bottom,
and then
near
maybe
where the
we can
ship was
find
wrecked.
the compass
Take it
there.
with my blessing, if you can find it. My sailing days are done.
She goes white as the...
You've got no call to go looking for no cargo. Far as anyone's concerned, we sailed with an empty hold, and if there's anything left to salvage, you leave it where it is.
And that's
Heed
our
me.
clue
Leave the cargo of the Peacemaker alone.
to look for the cargo.
Of course it's not true. Smile all you want. I'm not in love with you.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilga. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me.
Of course.
I'm telling you, if they got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared of.
Yeah? You're good with the magisters caging anyone up that looks at them funny.
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I? Throw me the whole floor. I'm a beast of great good.
The smaller one would bit you on the arse.
So here we're looking for that shipwreck, and there we found it. It's over there on the western bay of the island. We'll go there.
If they got nothing to hide, they got nothing.
So basically, to make a long story short, we traveled to Cloisterwood, and I'm near the spot of the shipwreck, but I don't know how to get there. I guess the only way to do it would be to teleport. But here I am. I'm looking around. I'm trying to see where can I teleport, where can I go, and I don't know. I try to get as close to the cliff as possible, and then I cast teleport. You see, and then I can't go. Oh, there's the place. There's a place where I can go down. So one party member goes down. Okay, so maybe not everybody has teleport. Actually, you know, it's not everybody has teleport. But
this shrine fills you with a sense
since
of
we
peace.
have a waypoint,
It is that you no longer look without, but within.
we can travel to this waypoint all together. Let me see there, the Reaper's Cove. No. Travel to the Reaper's Cove. There. No. Down. There. And we're all together. There we go. So from here, we're going to look for that trapdoor and enter the shipwreck. But we'll do a little bit of exploring first, and then I realize that the cave entrance nearby goes back to the place where we defeated Mordus in an earlier scenario. I should have explored that cave more and exit from there and then encounter this here. So, but I didn't do that. So let's skip through this part where I explore the cave and find out what's going on, where I am, and then we can go right back out. You don't have to do what I did here, I think, or at least I don't think it's necessary. I think there's an easier way to get to that trapdoor. Is there? I wouldn't. Oh no, apparently not. So what I did was that I basically used teleport, and I would jump from place to place until I could get to that trapdoor on the ship, and then enter that trapdoor and see what kind of cargo is hidden there. It's not near enough, so Sybil can try it again. Okay, now maybe the Red Prince. Okay, so not there. he's just teleporting to places that he could have walked to. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Okay, that's Sybil. Red Prince. I should. It's a useful skill. This teleport's useful. Unfortunately, Fane doesn't have that power, so he relies on being thrown around by the gloves of teleportation, which I've never really let go of. It's a pity. It has very low armor. I should have just gotten a skill to teleport people around, but anyway. So let's get inside. First we'll save. What's in the cargo hold? So it's Death Fog. Okay, so we got Death Fog. So for this I'm going to use Fane because he's immune to Death Fog. It's always good to have an undead lying around with your party, I mean, of course. With that way we'll be able to find the compass, and it's nice to know that we've been able to level up here. And then let's go get that compass. So over here we level up and try to get some skills and abilities up. I think in some of these what I do is I have been adding to polymorph lately because it gives me an extra additional ability point. So yeah, and that's what we'll do with some of the attributes here for some of our characters. And so now that we've started to put some points also in our memory, we'll be able to add some skills. I'll need to take a mental note of the skills that I'm getting and remembering so that I can use them in combat. There's the compass amulet.
Good fight.
Well, okay. I'd really like to get on with fighting the Elven Ritual already. So let's go to it. We'll just travel to the waypoint, to that area. Okay, so here we go. Let's get this thing started.
You have solved the riddle and shown mastery over the seasons. Now you must...
So this is what I mean when I say that we need to examine the enemy, because some of them have resistances. You notice they have 140% resistance to fire. Some of these enemies have 140% resistance to water, to air. So you can't select just one kind of attack and then attack all of them with the same kind of attack, because some of them will be resistant to it. Some of them might even gain extra vitality for it. So that's why you have to examine all of your opponents. So over here we are going to summon the Incarnate Champion, but it will be on a normal surface. It will not be on any elemental surface. The reason behind it is that we do not want the Incarnate Champion to inflict any elemental damage because of the resistances of the challengers.
decide.
The true shall prevail. The false shall die and feed the roots.
combat has ended. You are victorious. Your prize awaits. Use it wisely, as a true friend of the elves.
And that's it. So thank you very much for watching. Join us again next time. And don't forget to like and subscribe.